Okay, so I've gone and removed the pump. I was kind of surprised, well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. The Allen keys, there's two Allen bolts that hold it on there. They weren't torqued down. These fittings, they're in there tight. I had to put a breaker bar on there to get enough leverage without trying so hard I ended up busting my knuckles again. It takes a T50 for the Allen bolts for these 4 and these 2. I do recommend breaking these free while it's mounted, just so it doesn't wiggle around on you. So I went ahead and bust them a little loose. I would love to have some music going while I'm working on this, but Facebook will mute my video if I do, so I can't. So I'm going to go ahead and, before I take this off, one thing to note, if you didn't already notice, on your pump, it's clearly marked in and out, which is important once you get inside. To make sure that you put things where they belong. Ooh, there's my problem. I don't know if you can see that. These O-rings are destroyed. Oh, wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting the O-rings to be shot. That's good and bad. If nothing else is damaged, just the O-rings can be replaced. But the bad news is, where the heck do I find that exact O-ring? Unless maybe I can get creative and possibly make one. So that's definitely my problem, why I had a lack of power. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is clean this off and mark on the body the in and out side. An easy way to remember, just in case the markings come off, on the input side it has a bigger fitting, and on the output side it has a smaller fitting. So I'm going to run and grab a marker real fast because I took it out of my pocket. I want to mark the in and out on this. Okay. So, since I have a part, I'm not gonna just leave it at that. I'm going to go ahead and try to open this up a little bit further, just to make sure that there's no scoring on the walls. Try to get this out without damaging it. If all it is this O-ring, that would be great, because a new pump, if you go directly from AGT, depending which model you got, I have the H12R, is $250 plus tax, and seeing as how I only have 10 hours on it, not really wanting to buy a new pump for it. So I believe I got to take this clip out. You need a set of these pliers here, snap ring. These are my ancient ones. Let me get my better ones. Yeah, much better. There we go. Oh yeah. It's destroyed on this side as well. I don't know if you could see that. No bueno. So I guess I didn't have to take that one off there. Maybe it never sucked metal debris. That could have been possibly from overheating, because the first time this happened, I got up to about 190 degrees. I don't know if this comes apart. I'm not seeing a way for this to come apart. It has to. Because they put it together, I'm sure. So it's got to come apart somehow. Let me give it a little tap. Yeah, there we go. It's starting to slide apart now. I don't know if you can see that. Once I get this apart, I'm going to clean it up and mark which way the shaft is supposed to go. There we we go. Oh yeah, parts of my O-ring are sucked up in there. Okay, so this came out that direction. I'm going to go ahead and spray this down. Get rid of all this oil. Also washed off my marking for the in and outlet. That's why it's a good thing to note that the smaller fitting is the outlet and the bigger fitting is the inlet. So I'm going to go ahead and remark it. But I'm going to mark it so that way I know which way the shaft goes. I'll mark it in 2 spots just in case it wipes off of 1 spot. Okay, so I want this half to come out now. Give it a few more love taps. Okay, and she's out. A little more debris in there. Looks more like it's just the O-ring debris, no metal debris like I thought I was going to find. I'm actually surprised about that. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up and mark which way it goes. This was my shaft side, so went ahead, marked it shaft side. I'm going to go ahead and clean this one up. Right in the eyes. Twice. Okay. Then once it's cleaned up, I'll also be able to see if there's any scoring. I don't see any obvious signs of scoring, which is honestly what I was expecting to find. I wasn't expecting to find blown out seals. So if I could find seals, that would be great. It would be much cheaper fix than replacing the pump. I'm kind of glad that I pulled this apart before I ordered the pump, which was my plan. I don't see really any wear on this. So it's kind of obvious which way it goes, but I just like to make sure this is my exit side, or back side, cover side I'll put, because the cover goes up against this side. Put my arrow facing out, which is obvious because the gasket is only on one side. Okay, now to inspect, where's my cap? Inside here. Wipe it down a little bit. There's very, very slight wear. But that's to be expected. This is your input side, that's your output side. As these gears spin, they push pressure to the out, obviously. And since the pressure builds up on this side of the gears as they mesh to push the fluid through, it will push your gears backwards very slightly, and over time, it's going to be hard to see, you will start to get a little bit of wear on the inside of your body, but that feels pretty good, honestly. That's very minimal. For 10 hours, though, that shouldn't really be anything, but I did experience a blowout with my gaskets, so that could be the reason why it has a little bit more wear. I think if I can get the new seals for it, it'll be good to go. So that's basically the breakdown of your hydraulic pump. They're pretty simple. So if you're having hydraulic issues and you've checked everything else, go ahead and pull the pump apart and check for any wear inside the body, or in my case, blown gaskets. Hope it helps.